When in Shiga, you should try Shiga specialties. Let's go. Since the ryokan was in Shiga Prefecture, we thought we had to try the specialties that you can get in Shiga as well. And it's famous for a couple of very interesting items. The first thing is saba soumen, which is a mackerel noodle. I believe it's a specialty dish which is served in special events or special occasions. But it sounds absolutely delicious, and this restaurant is very, very famous for serving this dish. The other dish is funazushi, which is a kind of sushi, but not the same kind that you'd be thinking of. Funazushi is considered to be the original kind of sushi where they actually ferment the fish. So if I look it up, it says that funazushi is fish, usually carp, packed in salt in wooden barrels and then fermented for at least 1 year. Then it's removed, packed with rice, and fermented again for another 2 to 3 years. So then the flesh starts to rot and the inside soften. I don't think rot is the right word. Use fermentation, don't use rot. Let's try the soumen first. Even just the noodle is very nicely flavored. You can taste the soy sauce and the sugar a little bit. So it's a little sweet, a little salty, and very, very savory. Let's try the mackerel. A very rich, fatty fish flavor. It looks really dry. Is it dry? It's not dry, even though it is firm, quite firm. What is it seasoned with? It seems to be seasoned in soy sauce and sugar. So your classic Japanese flavors are salty and sweet, but I think it complements some very rich, greasy fish really well. I'm just going to go all out and eat both of them together on my first bite. There's a lot more salty than it is sweet. I thought it would be cold for some reason, but it's warm. Even though the noodles are thin, which I'm not really a big fan of, you can feel each individual texture. And it's got that nice bounciness. It's really slurpy. It's really flavorful. It's really rich in your mouth as well. This is yuzu shichimi, which is a citrus pepper mix. And this is sansho. I'm not sure what sansho is. This is the sansho. It's a green powder. It smells like limes, which is delightful. Let's try it. That's so good. It's not much a flavor other than a smell, actually. It smells like limes, and it's got a certain weird, like, buzzing, numbing spiciness. So it's not spicy. It's like almost mala in spice. That's honestly so good. This one's yuzu shichimi. Yuzu is a type of citrus, and shichimi tends to be a sort of 7-spice mix that Japanese people use to season their food. So let's give it a go. You don't actually taste the citrus. You just kind of feel it. And it's peppery, a little bit spicy, but it's really interesting. It's not salty, it's not sweet, it's not particularly any flavors except for textures and feeling and atmospheric. Is it spicy? It is actually a little bit, yeah. It's like chili pepper and black pepper kind of. And wow, it really smells like cheese. That's crazy. I'm actually kind of afraid of how strong this flavor might be, but let's give it a go. It's actually quite like cheese. It's very salty. A little vinegary. I think it's fine if you eat it with a noodle. But as long as you expect a flavor of cheese, it's not actually that odd. It's very strong. And you should probably eat it with rice. I'm very scared of very salty food. But let's give it a go. Cheese. It's got like a fruity flavor, like a weird fruity smell. Okay. It's like cheese. It's not bad, right? It's not bad. It's just exceptionally salty. The texture is a little bit grainy, and then there's like a flavor of like the fermented flavor. Maybe a little bit like alcohol or vinegar. A little bit of a fruity, like if you had like a plum vinegar or rice vinegar. No, otherwise, it's not that strange. Let's try it with a soumen, so maybe it's not so salty. It's certainly less salty. It goes well with the slightly sweet noodles, but I can see it going really, really well with a bowl of hot, fresh, steamed sweet rice. It definitely balances the salt a bit more. It makes the noodles taste sweeter. I prefer with rice, but seeing that we already have this, it's not bad like that. What did you think?
That was super interesting, but I don't think I'd ever eat the fermented fish again.
I think it's actually not that bad. It's just simply not to my taste. Otherwise, people who like the sort of fruity fermented wines or like fermented fruit vinegars might actually enjoy that quite a lot.
I don't taste any fruit.
I heard it's quite good with sake, so there you go, drinking snack. But this restaurant is also super famous, mostly for their mackerel noodles. So definitely, if you're in Nagahama area, give this place a go. It's super delicious and not too expensive at all. The area around Yokaro restaurant also has a lot of tiny shops, and it seems like a shopping street as well. So we're gonna take a look around. So we got omi beef black croquettes. She said that the panko uses a takesumi panko, which is a mushroom panko, if Google Translate is correct. So apparently it's healthy. It is very black, like burnt. Charcoal crispy black. Let's give it a go. Cheers! It's like chewy. It has a slight like mochiko feel, mochi feel. The crisp texture on the outside is so thin. So it's just a very light, almost not there, like bubbly crisp. It's surprisingly sweet, but also very savory. It's delicious. Not getting much beef at all. It seems to be like mostly potato, but very delicious. This area is called Kurokabe Square. Kurokabe means black wall, which is why you see a lot of black related products and items all around the shop. We came here for the funazushi and we ended up experiencing more than I expected.
It was a nice stroll. There was a lot of really nice souvenirs and obviously those sweet shops that you get all over Japan.
There are a lot of glassware souvenirs which you can buy for a fairly reasonable price too. All the information as to how you can get here, where it is, and the details of the restaurant that we ate at, you can look on our website, which will be linked in the description below.
As to where we are now, follow us on Instagram at Twins Speak Eat Go. Hey.